Alright guys, so this is the new alternator. That's the part number that I'm using. Like I said, this is new. It's no remain. I don't play around with alternators. It's better to pay a little bit more and be safe than save a little bit of money and work twice as hard when the alternator fail. Anything can fail, but there's more chances it's gonna be okay. This is the belt that I'm using. Again, I'm not getting a sponsor by Duralast, anything. Okay, just let you know, disclaimer there. Get no money from them. All right, so here, my other lamp, I left it running, and guess what? The battery died, so the battery charging right now. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna install, I'm gonna bring the alternator in, and when it's in, I'm gonna tilt it, and I'm gonna install this where it goes. Okay, so that way it stays there. Other way, don't forget to put this in with the alternator before you tie the alternator. Other way, if you want to do this later, you're not going to be able to do it most of the time, at least not on this car. Just keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. All right, so I'm going to try to show you as much as I can, but again, my lighting is no good, so please bear with me. I'm doing the best I can with what I have. Okay, so let's go. Alternator is gonna go like this. Okay, you know what? I think okay, this one doesn't come off. No problemos. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. Just be careful with the filler neck here. You don't want to break it. Again, you break it, you buy it. Stick stuff out of the way so we can clear the path on this thing. This thing is almost in. All right, the stuff is in. All right, right there. So take your time, be careful. This is the thing, this vehicle, this hose already been replaced. I tell you, I know, because the type of welding that it has, and that's why the length is a little bit longer. On the other vehicle that I did a few weeks back, it was a lot easier to get them out. So when people modify things or repair things, sometimes you know, it's gonna challenge you if you have to remove other components, but anyhow, it's doable. Now I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna tilt the alternator to the side so I can slide a bearing, so that way I can continue getting everything the way that I want it. Put everything back together. So here's this. So make sure you don't lose this stuff. Okay, other way it's not gonna line up with the belt correctly. If you hear any noises from here, replace it. There's no point to do it twice. Okay, it's a lot of work. All right, So let's get here. Alright, that thing is in. Now I'm gonna lift the alternator. I know you guys can't see right now, but I will show you as soon as I can here. Okay, so please bear with me. Be kind with your comments. I'm trying to show you as much as I can. Alright. One, and the bolt got in. Tighten it by hand so I can install the second one. Take your time and be patient so that way you don't cross thread that and have to work twice as hard to fix the thread. Okay, now we're gonna tight that the second one, the one with the okay, let's see. So now you can see there, hopefully you can, the alternator is in, the bolts are in. Now I just tighten this one. Alright, so that is almost tight all the way, but I gotta tight the other one. So anyhow, I don't think you guys need me to show how to tie this bolt. You get the idea. I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna continue with the next. It's gonna snag one of these two so I can go underneath and be able to tight the one from the bottom, so that way everything is lined up. And everything we need to do after that is just tie the 3 bolts, connect the power cable that it goes here with this 13mm nut, and connect the little cable or the feet for the alternator so you can charge. Again, if you're staying to this part of the video, I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And again, if you haven't done it already, please subscribe. That will help me a lot. I will really appreciate it. Alright, so leave your comments down below, like the video, subscribe, share the video. Somebody might need this, and I will resume the video. Alright guys, so right there, the bolt with the idle pulley is tight, the alternator on the top is tight, and the power is connected, the field little wire is connected. Now we are going to install that belt. I'll try to show you as much as I can. Hopefully you guys can see. There you go. Okay, what is it? the belt. Okay, here's the new belt. There you go, that's the part number. So the first thing that we're gonna do with this belt to install it, we gotta go here around the what do you call that, the tensioner. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna go right between the tensioner and the block. Okay, that's how it goes. All right, so hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Okay, so next thing, we're gonna go all the way towards the power steering. Then we're gonna go over the water pump. Hopefully you guys can see it. Then from there, that part is gonna go over the belt tensioner and it's gonna go all the way to the alternator. So let me switch hands. Hopefully I can show you here. Right there. Okay, great. So it's right there. So you can pull it a little bit so that I can keep the belt what it's supposed to. Okay, next, now the bottom is gonna go right here on the crankshaft pulley. The last thing here, the one right for the alternator, okay, that part of the belt is gonna go around the tensioner. So let me get everything ready. Then we're gonna leave the AC for last. All right, give me a second. There's two ways to do that, okay? You can, if you have a different way, use the way that you're familiar with and it works for you. This is what it works for me so far, so I'm just sharing what it works for me, okay? I'm not telling you this is the better way, it's just the way that I use. Now, I can either switch the one from pulling both, put the one around like AC compressor, keep it a nice right there on the compressor. The belt is on the compressor. All right, it's right there. Now I can install the ratchet there you go, and slide it there and install it. Now there you go, and it's in. Hope you guys were able to see that. Okay, the last thing, you have to do a visual that the belt is routed correctly. It is right on the grooves of all the pulleys, so that way that doesn't damage the belt because you didn't pay attention, premature wear. You don't want that, okay? So right here, this part, the belt is gonna just line up by itself, okay? When you start the car, everything else is right where it needs to be. Anyhow, let me turn the video off and I will go on to connect the battery. All right guys, so alternator is all back together. The two bolts, the nuts nice and tight, the power wire tight, the feed, the feel for the alternator connector is there, overflow tank or reservoir, whatever you want to call it, back together. The hose is back together, the bottom bolt is tight, the belt is installed, and the battery is back connected. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we're going to fire it up, make sure alternator ready that it's charging, and we can actually there is nice and quiet, no noise. It was sounding like a bad pulley. Well, actually it was a bad pulley, but a bad bearing. Really weird. So it is nice. Now just you can hear the engine only running. Very good. So we're gonna call this a fix. And again guys, if you found any value in this video, please like, comment, share, ask questions, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. So again, find the evidence, do your recommendation, and get the problem solved. All right, so far we're doing well. Excellent. All right guys, do your best, forget the rest. God bless, and I will see you in the next video. Later.